I'm always intrigued when people have pushed away family and said, I don't like my immediate family.
Last week on Love Knows No Bounds, our 4 cross-cultural couples spilled the beans about sex and money. Tonight, they will let us in on a few family secrets. As psychologist Eve Ash knows, a supportive family environment is something that most couples would be more than grateful for. Getting the parents of your partner on side is a big positive in any relationship.
So if we assume that family is important to at least one of the pair in a couple, or both, then it's very important to involve the family early in the piece. And people often make judgments about somebody's new partner, and those judgments will soon be changed when that person gets to know the person really well.
As someone with more than 10 years' experience running interracial dating sites, Rob Thompson has seen firsthand the complications that cultural differences can place in the way of smooth family relations.
One of the most common ones that I hear about is when it comes to the relationship with the parents and how they push their point of view onto the child in the relationship, and how that then affects the other partner from the different culture, and how that person deals with the pressures from the parents-in-law that they're just not used to with their own parents.
The first time I went to dinner with Ting's parents, I was very nervous. I put on the shirt, I put on the tie. I was really wanted to make a good impression.
So I opened the door and we're all very casual because it's just dinner at home, and he's there with a bottle of wine and some oranges. So I told him to bring over oranges because they're lucky in your time. And he's in his suit. I'm like, oh, okay, you've really dressed up. Okay, that's good. So they were impressed that he made that effort, to make a good first impression.
It was very different from my household because everyone was very loud, very animated. I honestly thought they were having an argument, and then when it was all done, I sort of whispered, "Oh, is it okay? I haven't caused any problems, have I?"
No, Dad's just telling Mum that she cooked the fish the wrong way.
So I've gotten used to that. My parents were great when I introduced them to Ting. They're really just sort of keen to get to know her. My mum's a bit excitable, and she was absolutely rapt when she met Ting. She thought she was really nice. Didn't matter, that she was Chinese.
For Jason and Marcella, though, the initial parental reception was less than enthusiastic.
Before I went to UK, London, my parents had a talk with me, and they were saying that you can do anything because you're adults, whatever you need to do is okay. However, there's one thing you can't do, that is, don't bring anybody who don't speak Mandarin back home.
If you do have parents who disapprove of your relationship because of the cultural differences, and I think sometimes you just need to be patient and just slowly, show the person for who they are, and so that they can overlook the cultural differences, because you're marrying the person. You're not marrying their cultural history or anything like that.
And so that's why I kept our relationship in secret from them.
Hey, here you go.
Hi. Hi. For Ian and Claire, no such secrets were necessary. Despite growing up in the relatively monocultural climate of rural Tasmania, Ian's mum Norma had no problems at all welcoming the new Chinese addition to the family.
When Claire came into the family, my friends, my neighbours, my family over there, she was with Ian and it was just accepted.
I think the first time Ian was going to bring me to Tasmania, she's been a bit nervous, and so did the research and so write emails with Ian to ask her what's the proper arrangement and try to learn a bit of the cultural background of Chinese. So
it was easier for her to be accepted if she didn't feel too uncomfortable in our home.
Yeah, so yeah.
And it worked well.
My family all live down in Tasmania, but they're all fairly open-minded, and we're very happy to meet Claire.
Across town, Richard and Dawn were also delighted to get the parental seal of approval.
My parents have been very accepting and very supportive of my marriage, and Dawn's mother's have been has grown to accept and trust me as well. So I don't really feel that in-law pressure thing.
Meanwhile, Jason finally plucked up the courage to tell his parents about Marcella, calling them all the way from London with the good news.
And my father received a call and he didn't say anything. I thought, oh, wow, he took it very well. So I was very surprised. And I put down the phone, and within 5 minutes, he's calling again and also persuading me that, I was making a wrong decision, how bad it would be, because he said, from his experience, people around him, cross-cultural marriage never worked.
It's important where, for example, you bring somebody in from another culture to your family and they may have been a little racist or a little bigoted, that they really get to know the person. And I've seen some shocking examples of lovely people, and then suddenly when their son or daughter is going to marry out of whatever their group is, they're horrified and they make a judgment, and the person is really an X, they're an unknown quantity. And yet when they're brought in to the family and they're seen for the real person that they are, beyond colour, beyond race, these people become advocates of that family.
Okay, as we come over here, we see more elements. This is some of my
As the child of cross-cultural parents, 11-year-old Leo loves to tell the funny story of how his father proposed to his mother.
The funny story is that when my mum, dad and my mum's mum were walking around, my dad suddenly said to my mum, "Will you marry me?" with the ring open, I'm pretty sure. And then my mum's mum was so surprised, she ran away. And that's the end of my funny story.
我觉得瑞他吧，反正这人越来越觉得挺好的。那年吧，有一年吧，我70岁过那个生日，70周岁，完了呢，他呢就给我筹备的、准备的，弄得特别丰富，完了还邀请了我好多朋友做的barbecue就是他一直他忙活着做，完了呢，他对着老人吧也特别好，过了这个时间以后，后来我那几老朋友嘛见着我们都说你真不错，找了一个好养女婿。
Coming up next, we discover that there's nothing quite like family and friends to help make cultural differences disappear.
Really good mother-in-law. I'm really happy. And she taught me a lot.